Hey, how you going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crannk, and tonight I'm having a chat with Kyle Williams from Babirusa, a band that I've been getting into for a little bit. I caught them, I think it was around 2019, early 2019, early 2000, late 2018 when you guys started making waves on the scene. I think I've seen your little logo and your shirts or a couple of things getting around. Cheers for joining me, man.
Nice. No, sweet as, man. Cheers for having me.
Absolute pleasure, man. Absolute pleasure, dude. So, before we launch into it, man, can you just give a little description of your sound and who Babirusa are for the uninitiated, man?
So Babirusa itself has been around. Dean and Tate originally started the band 5 to 6 years ago now. A lot of little bumps and stuff along the way, and then about 2 years ago, Rangy the drummer, and myself joined, and just started doing some little things. And while Dean and Tate were writing along, and then Reese came over one day because Dean moved in with Rangy, and so they were living together. And Reese came over, and we're all hanging out writing lyrics and stuff. And then Reese and I just worked real well together. So we're just like, yeah, sick. Let's get Reese in, have 2 vocalists. Let's just like smash it out. Ended up writing some demos and stuff and doing demo vocals, and we were like just heaps stoked with how it all sounded and everything, and how 2 vocalists worked and the layering and stuff. And so we just pretty much cracked into writing all the demos, got them down, and released Desolation System in 2019. Yeah.
Yep.
Going back a little, it feels like yesterday, but yeah, it's a little bit ago now. Released that, and pretty much just tried to grow off that and keep writing more material, and recorded the album eventually. And now we're here in the pre-release, waiting for it to drop on 28th of August.
Yeah, man, which is really cool. It's going to be exciting, man. With that Desolation System, how did that response go, man? Because that was a killer. I think that was the track that I caught, and I seen you through the social media scene, so I try and keep pretty close to the scene and what's going on, especially here in Australia. And I just the sound instantly grabbed me. And not only to that, I think the first thing that grabbed me of the Babirusa is the name and the artwork and the designs you had with the stuff going on as well, man.
A crazy pig head.
Yeah, dude.
That was sick. Yeah, fucking oath.
Yeah, and being Brisbane boys, so yous are all Brisbane guys, eh?
Yeah, all here.
Yeah, and the Brisbane scene's really fucking quite crazy up there, eh?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It used to be a lot bigger, but it's died off now. It's starting to pick back up, which is pretty good. Pretty stoked on that. A lot of new bands picking up around the area and stuff, and pushing their stuff out. It's real sick. It's really good.
Yep. What's the
big shame Crowbar closed down though. That really sucks.
I've seen that. That's going to cause a bit of a dent when the live industry's trying to kick off again with a really great place, and definitely an iconic place to the Queensland Brisbane music scene is gone now.
Yeah, man, 100%, dude. It sucks.
Yeah, it does, and it kind of highlights as well. I hate harping on about it, man, but it's something that's got brought up in quite a lot of the interviews lately, especially here with the Australian scene, about how the industry hasn't been supported enough, and the government's just injected 400 million into the film and television industry, and yet the music industry has been left behind again.
Yep, that's how it is, eh?
Yeah. So with that Desolation System, did you go back in and re-record that again, or what's the deal with that track, man?
Yeah. So we went back when we recorded the album and re-recorded that, put some new little things in there, new little leads and stuff, and re-recorded the vocals and did some different techniques on some different parts. So yeah, the album version is basically a version 2. Amp up from the single, bit of a fatter mix and stuff on it. Sick.
Yeah, dude, I've had a little bit of a sneak preview before this interview, man, and it is fucking OP, dude. Nice. The guys are really going to be in for an absolute treat. I had listened to it, dude, and before I even had listened to it, dude, I chucked in for a pre-order, one of your big pre-order packs you guys have got up there. I think it was the Technological Overlord or the 140 pack with a hoodie and the shirt, because that's what it's all about, man. It's like this album, people are going to be blown away by, the sound of this album, man. Can you tell me a little bit about the recording and the production for this? Because I know you've worked with Thyarda's Murder Guitarist Sean Delander there, man. What was the recording and production process for this all like, for the Humanoid album?
Oh, that was awesome, man. Awesome working with Sean. It was yeah, very, very smooth process. Like Tate and Dean, yeah, they worked very well with him, smashed out the guitars. Probably a couple of 5 days or something like that, and got that out. Yeah, awesome. He had very, very good input and stuff, helping us just shape the structure of the songs and put in little things here and there to really amp up the sound and the dynamics of it. Really, it was awesome.
Yep. So how did that come together when you were working the vocal composition with you two vocalists, man? It worked really well on the album. It sounds OP. But how does that come together with you and Reese working out, you know, your vocal compositions and stuff like that for the album?
Oh, it makes it a lot easier actually, because we can write things that overlap each other, and we can then perform it live. We can do, you know, like the little echo effects and stuff, and like actual layers, you know, lows and highs that we can actually then perform live, that has the dynamic range and stuff that it really, yeah, two vocalists makes it a lot easier, definitely, and a lot more, gives it a lot more freedom in the creativity, especially.
Yeah, and then the two guitarists as well. It just kind of all seems to work so freaking well, man. Eh?
Yeah, it definitely works for us. It's sick. Worked for us so far. Hopefully it keeps.
Yeah, man, and the whole concept with 343, and I love the concept you have going with this album, man. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So the Humanoid album pretty much revolves around a character that's referred to as 343. That number stems from a number that I've just seen every day for like the past 6-7 years, like just so that every day I at least see it once, just somewhere random. And it's just, I don't know, it's like a little part of me now. So I decided to put that little Easter egg in there. And so the character's referred to as 343. And it's pretty much the story of him being ripped into a cybernetic world, pulled through by his computer and technological wires that come out and pierce into his skin and suck his consciousness into like a technological world. And then he comes back and he doesn't know if he wants to go back in or out, stay. It's very torn between reality and this cybernetic world, and what it's like to be human, really, what the whole meaning behind humanity and technological overrule has just taken us over. And
yeah, man, it's dope, dude. And you got that killer artwork to go along with it. That cover looks cool, man. I dare say you're going to have some pretty kick-ass artwork through that's a hard copy of it as well, eh?
Yeah, definitely. In the booklet things, we have nice little zoomed in parts of the album art, and it's very nice throughout. It's a nice booklet.
Who does all your artwork?
So this artwork, the Humanoid, was by Pedro Senna. On Facebook, Lordigan Pedro Senna, and he's a Portuguese artist. He also did the Brand of Sacrifice art. So we pretty much saw him through that art while we were looking around on the internet for artists. We saw that and was blown away by his art. So we hit him up to do our art. For the Abomination art, I can't actually remember who that was. The Desolation art was Callum Johnston from Honest Crooks.
Yeah. Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So he did that art. That was sick.
Yeah, I had a chat with Louis, I think it was, from Honest Crooks earlier in the year, or I think it was earlier in the year I had a chat with them, man. Real cool dudes, eh? Great band as well, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The Australian
vibes.
Yeah, man. The Australian music scene is just insane, man. I had this conversation with quite a few artists about how big this scene is, and bands like yourself, you know, this is a debut album, man, but the quality of this can hold down with any deathcore album you put out there, dude. It's just insane, eh?
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. We've definitely worked hard on getting the sound that we've strived for and stuff. It's very accurate to what we were definitely after.
Yeah, he's getting a good response from this, because I'm really hoping he's getting a good response, because this is an album I really want to see up there, right?
It's definitely blown us away, like especially the international response. Just being able to see that people in other countries are listening to our music, you know, it's mind blowing that, and we get that support and comments from people all around the world. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's full on. Like that, we get this support for these Australian bands from overseas. Yet, I'm not going to harp on about this, but it's hard to get as much support here from the Australian audiences. I don't know what it is or what we can do for the Australian audiences to get along and support bands like yourself and kind of just steer off the mainstream and not keep taking that fucking mainstream shit that they're spoon fed from the main corporations that are spoon feeding them the shit.
Yeah, I feel you. Definitely feel you there.
Yeah, man, I'm independent, so I can just kind of go with it a little bit, man. It's crazy, dude. I really, I want people to get along, and I'm hoping like people do get along and support this CD because it's good. I've seen that he's got a lot of streams on Spotify, and I want that to transfer into CD copies and things like that as well, because there's things you aren't going to get with a digital copy that you're going to get with a CD copy as well, and this. And merch as well. You get the fucking shirts and the CDs. There's things you aren't going to get when you just stream it on Spotify.
Yeah, it's something you can actually hold or put up on your wall and show that you've supported. And yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, man. So being up in Brisbane, have you heard anything about the live music scene kicking off again? Because I heard, I think it was a show in August with Death Plague and Seraphic and 010, but they're only allowed to have 100 people in there. I think it was at the Woolly Mammoth.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah. With every day, man, it's just changing. So like, I can't even keep up with the restrictions. It's just, watching every day, just waiting for the day that they say, like you can finally just go back to doing everything. It's, following the restrictions is definitely tough.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to kind of like work towards maybe something after this? Because I dare say everyone's been busy at this time. I've talked to a lot of artists. They've all kind of like, man, we've got this about to come out, but we've been so, locked down and working our asses off as well in this time.
Yeah. That's it. A lot of time in quarantine to sit down and write. Yeah, definitely been writing a lot of material for the next release after Humanoid.
Yeah. Well, I hope
that refining the sound.
Exactly, dude. I really hope you guys can get on stage with this because I would love to have you guys come down to South Australia and fucking blow some Adelaide audiences' ears away, man.
Oh yeah. Bloody oath, dude. I'd love to come down there. We need definitely looking into shows as soon as possible.
Yeah. It's kind of a bit hard though at the moment. You got to kind of wait and see where everything fucking leads up, though, eh?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just a matter of seeing how it goes and seeing if tomorrow they put another restriction in or if they let one up. Like it's so tough to
Yeah. So
it's
in
fluctuating just so much.
Exactly. So in this time, it's important for people to get along and support. And as I was saying before, it's it's great to get along and check out a band on Spotify. But if you like them, support them. So where's the best place we can get along and support you guys, like pre-order wise? I chucked mine through the big cartel you guys have got going on.
Yeah,
that's the best one to go to.
Big Cartel. Yeah.
I'll put in the links for that one as well.
Bigcartel.com. Yep.
Yeah, and you've got all types of merch up there, dude. There's like CD pre-order, or you can get the shirt and the CD. There's all sorts of little pre-orders you can get in there. So I highly recommend you guys all getting along and checking that out.
Thanks, bro. We've tried to put bundles in of everything, almost all combinations, from a small bundle to a medium bundle to the biggest bundle you can get, which has everything in it.
Yeah, and then there's some kick-ass bundles, man. I'm looking forward to getting them as well. The latest track release, Catatonia, man, that come out on the July the 3rd, dude. Can you tell us a little bit about that track and what that one means for you and where that kind of sits in the arc of 343? Yeah,
so Catatonia is the 4th track off the album, and it's just as the character 343 is pushed back into the cybernetic world, and he's trying to decide whether he wants to be there or if he wants to come out. He's just very torn between, his life, really, his consciousness. He's seeing a lot of things. He's being used as a battery, as a power source to fuel this cybernetic world. But then when he comes back, he's seeing a lot of the, how technology is taking over the world, etc. And he doesn't know if he wants to stay or go back into the cybernetic world and stay in there and become part of that and be one with that reality.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love storytelling with vocals and lyrics, and I love when like an album it highlights for me how good it is to get an album and to play it from start to finish. So when, you know, the fans at home buy the CD and they get it at home to play it from the song one right through to, you know, the last track in the 0 hour there, and kind of just experience that concept all the way through, man. And it's, I really don't want that art of listening to an album to die, man.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I've always loved in an album, is reading the lyrics, especially like through a booklet, holding that booklet and reading the lyrics through and getting into the whole concept and in the world that that artist has created around the whole album, the whole vision on it. And yeah, definitely. I've always loved concept albums.
Yeah.
Definitely what influences me in my writing.
Yeah, and obviously artwork as well. Were you one to go into like a CD store or music store and pick out albums for the artwork?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Always a visual kind of learner, I guess. Always wanted to look at things from there. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I used to love going into CD stores and album stores and music stores, and they're all dying off now, unfortunately. But I love going into CD stores and picking out albums. And I actually come across a Version's Crown album, another fucking great band out of Brisbane there, man.
Yeah.
I come across their album out of a CD store. I never even heard of them, just seen the cover, and I'm like, dude, I got to grab this. Seen they're from Australia, doubly got to grab this, put it in. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, just blew me away.
Oh yeah, a Version's Crown is sick. Very, very heavy.
Yeah, great. Another great band, dude. Cool, man. We might wind up, probably have another chat a little bit later when this album comes out, for sure, man. This has been unreal. Last words, shout outs, thank yous, man, before we sign out.
Oh yeah, thank you very much to you guys, especially for having us in here, man, and giving us the opportunity to talk about the album and just hang with you, especially.
Man, it's been an absolute pleasure, dude. I really can't recommend this album enough. Humanoid comes out August 28th. You can jump along to their Big Cartel, order it. Check out Babirusa. I'll chuck in some clips for you guys to check out here, but I can't recommend getting along and chucking in a pre-order for this one. It is fucking off the hook, heavy, brutal slab of goodness. Cheers, Kyle.
Thanks very much, man.
Cheers, bro.